Let's look at the next case. We can create some name of book and author, or we can write an empty field with author, but when we click create new button, this book is created, but without author. This is mistake. Also we can edit, and in the edit we can write empty field, edit, the same. Also edit for name of book, also empty field, right? And we can see that there is a book, but without author and book name information. So validation is used to prevent this behavior. I want when we click this button, instead of post request for creating a new book, we must return this form for writing the correct data, valid data for creation a book. Only by specifying the annotation not null or not empty or not blank, and 4 digits. Let's create some field for digit numbers. For example, year of publication. Year of publication of book. This is int, and by default this year. Okay, and let's add these fields in our HTML document. Delete book name, and we need to year of publication, this book, year of publication. Okay, this is a post form for creating a new book, for this form, and we can see the name, author and button. Name, author and button. Here let's add a new field. Its name must be year of publication. From this book model, this field copy here and paste here. Year name must be year, type text, and author for this ID year. We write a year. Okay, this is for form, and this is for display the year. Book, year of publication. Okay, and also we need to add year field for here. Let's copy from here it for editing. Let's specify some year. Okay, when we will edit, update this method. Update ID and redirect. Okay, and just restart our application. Okay, and open our web browser and refresh. Okay, and we can see a new field with a default year, and let's create some book with the modern year create, and we can see this book. Okay. So to add validation capabilities, you must first add dependencies validation API and a Hibernate validator. For this, open our POM HTML file, and we need to create a new dependencies. Right here, Alt insert, add dependency, and we will find a validation API. This is artifact ID, validation IP, and Java X must be for a group ID. Validation, this Java X validation, and not Jakarta. This is new name of Java Enterprise. This is a validation. Add a new dependency. Okay, we can see Java X extension validation and validation IP, this version. And we need to add a Hibernate validator. Alt insert, add dependency, and just write Hibernate. Hibernate validator. We can see the first row. Hibernate validator. Org Hibernate validator, Hibernate validator. Okay, that's right. Synchronize. And the Spring download these dependencies from these addresses and send it to external libraries for using. And after this, we can open our model, book, and use our annotation. For example, when we will specify the name of our book, we need to mark it as not empty. Let's do it. Name not empty. Not empty. From Java X validation constraints. Not Jakarta validation. Okay, not empty. So besides this not empty annotation, if you want to limit the number of characters, then you can use the size annotation. Let's write it to size from the same package Java validation constraints. Size with arguments. You can see message and min and max. Let's write min 2 characters, at least 2 characters. Okay, and max must be 40 characters. And the message, if the book title, the book name is outside this range of 2 from 2 to 40. The number of characters must be from 2 to 40. This is for size annotations, and here we can also specify the message. For all annotations in this package Java X validation constraints, we can specify the message and display the message here in red title, for example. Message, the book name must be not empty. Also, if this null label string, we can also specify the not null annotation from the same package, not null. But this is not null label, and we don't specify it. Okay, author not empty. Let's do the same marking of this annotation. The book author, the author of book must be not empty. Okay, and for year, we can see that a year is not a string, is a digit format. If we open, if this is digit format, and we can use the annotation digits. And year must be strictly 4 numbers. Let's specify it. Digits. Integer must be strictly 4 numbers, and a fraction 0 without a 0 part. And the message, if we write more than 4 numbers, for example 5 numbers this year, the next message invalid year. Also, for specifying the range, we can use min and max annotation. for example, min annotation from JavaX validation constraints with the value. Let's look at our argument of value and message. Value must be this year, and the message, if we specify the year greater than or equal this, we will use the only modern books. This mistake, if we write some value, for example 14 or 20, okay, and max, we can specify here current year, this year, and if the year of publication greater than this value, we will display it, print the next message. The book has not yet been published. Okay. So as you can see, we can specify min and max separately or inside this size annotation. For string size means the number of characters, and if, for example, we use size for some list, look like this size, it means the number of elements inside this list. Okay. And now let's catch the moment when we needed to display these errors. So if we open our page, and when we click on this button, when we process the post request, we needed to check these fields for validation. This is from our controller. This is post request for creating a new book, regular. Here we can see this save this from this post. Let's check it. Just a button, create new book, this library, regular. Okay, and this post request will create a new book. Open our controller. Okay, regular, lib, request mapping. This is this request. Here we get the book with the fields. Let's open its fields. Book name, author, and year of publication. And we needed to, for validating it, we need to specify it as a annotation valid from JavaX validation. Okay. Remember this annotation, valid. And for catching this error message, we will use the class that name binding result. Binding result from org Spring Framework validation from this package. And this is important. This class must be second parameter strictly after the entity with valid annotation with errors, and these errors must be sent here, and from this class we can check if this errors has errors or not with method has errors. This some logic if has errors, and some logic if has not errors. So if errors is not, we will use this logic. Okay, but if there is an errors, we must redirect the same redirect the same page. Library.regular, this page. Let's restart our application, and after the return keyword, the method stop, and we can not write explicitly else method. Okay, only return the same regular section, but without saving this book. And after restarting, we can refresh, and if we try, no, it's a mistake because this field is empty. With empty, oh, these two symbols. Not. Let's open our model and we will check its work. So this annotation applied to all fields with its getters and setters. Let's narrow it down to only field with not empty annotation, and the same for size annotation, not empty, digits, min, max. Okay, restart our application. Open our client web browser and try to create. Okay, this mistake again. So when we click this button, we generate a post request, and this post request processes this method create new book. We create a valid annotation for this object, not fields, object entire, bind result. Okay, and if this bind result has errors, field errors or errors, all errors. Okay, restart. Try to create. Okay, program works. It's bad. Errors we will debug. So let's create this for entry point. If this program has an error, and try refresh and try to create a new book. It's create without entry points because binding result has not error these instructions. Why? Maybe there is a problems with the dependencies itself from JavaX validation. This valid, and for book annotation from JavaX validation. This is from this dependency. JavaX validation API. If we use the most modern version, we see the same results. Great, yes, that's bad. When we click a create button, we needed to this error. Our program should not create a new book. It only needs to return the same page, this page, with error, but it's create a new book. Okay, let's change these dependencies. Maybe these dependencies are already outdated and we needed to create a new dependency. Attach alt and insert, add dependency, and a validation from Spring Boot Starter. Spring Boot Starter validation dependency. For validation, org Spring Framework started validation. Okay. This is a feature of the Spring Boot. It has such a set of these Spring Boot starter dependencies that collect a whole group of similar dependencies. This will prevent compatibility conflicts. Load Maven. Okay, and we can use validation annotations from this new dependency. Not from here. Not empty. Import hibernate. But in here is a deprecated. We see it deprecated. So let's use Jakarta Enterprise. And for other two. For this, just use an asterisk. Okay, this is from Jakarta. The same annotations, but from other package, from Jakarta validation. And use the same for controller. Valid from not instead of JavaX validation valid. Now we use from Jakarta validation valid. Okay, restart from Jakarta. And now if we try to create a new book, we see that the program not process this request. But if we write the correct data and the modern year, then the program only in this case the program works. Okay, but if we write empty fields, we don't see that which kind of mistakes. So we have to print here the title of errors for more readability for users. For this we needed to open our regular section, this document HTML. Here this form, this is form for name and error, and we needed to until before break, before a new line, we use an div with which will appearance only if there is an error. Only this instruction from timeleaf that this title will appearance, and user can see it only if from this library you can see from this object, book object only has errors from this book object. So let's write it with this syntax. Hash for getting fields, and invoke method has errors. Has errors from entire object if has errors, but here we will print this message if only from a name. So only from this in quotes, only from name. Okay. We use attribute if of timeleaf for hiding the title if there isn't mistakes, errors, and timeleaf error. Timeleaf colon error for sending error to our object, this object book, in his binding result here as errors by name, mistake in a name field, and the title itself, name error, name error. Okay, enter the same titles for each field. Author before break, before we sending a new line. Here has errors but author field This is name of field, author field, here to author fields of this object book. We can see this object book, model attribute book, this book. Okay, and author year in author name. Okay, and for year the same. Before branch break, sorry, before break we need to copy this line of code year, but in the application year of publication, in the book this field is called year of publication with default value. So we need to use year of publication, name this field, but ID year. Okay, year of publication. Also we can write here min and max. For example, min, let's open this min 2015 and max 2023. Min 2015, only modern books, and the max 2023. Well, the year is already ending, so let's update this to 2024. 2024. Okay. This is for field itself, and this year error will be printed only if has error with this field, and send it yes error. Okay, and let's restart our application. And open this page, regular page. Only regular. Okay, and if we try to write empty book, we can see an errors, name error, author error, and year error. And if we write the correct name, this error is hide, because we use th if has errors, only then we can read a title. And author we can specify the correct name. Okay, and for year the actual 2020. Okay, and only if this values is correct and valid, we can only in this case we can create a new book. But this error message write it in new line. I want that in line next to this input field. For this we use instead of div only span. Okay, span, and span. Restart. And if we restart this request, we can see, okay, next to this input field, name error. And the final finishing touch, this is an error name error message. It must be color red color. You know how do it. We did it in our, this is hello HTML. For this, just use th text, this color, style, from CSS attribute, style, color, colon, and red. Let's do it for our message, error message. This is CSS code, and color, colon, red. Let's restart. Yes, that's right. So let's use other quotes. Restart it again. Refresh. Okay, program works the same. And let's add this style for all error messages. Okay, restart. And let's try to create. Okay, name error. And we see only name error, author error, these titles, author. But we write a more detailed error message. This the book must be not empty. For example, the book author must be not empty. Invalid year format only modern books. If this value less than this 2015. So this message send it to this binding result, and we can get it here by using plural forms, errors, and here errors. Okay, and these field names here for name, and this message for author, this message for name, for author, and for year of publication, this message. So let's restart our application with this text attribute of this text span. Restart our application, our website, and try to create a new book. Yes, the book name must be not empty. The number of characters not empty. Okay, this is not empty. One letter. The number of characters must be from 2 to 14. This. Okay, this mistake is hidden. A book author. The book author must be not empty. Stephen Hawking. Okay, only modern books. And the year of publication must be 2020. Okay, and we create a new book. But if we make a mistake, see the number of characters, this is error message, but a hidden also table. It happens because we use regular section if has errors, and they delete this displayed list of books. So instead of regular section, we needed to only redirect slash library slash regular, this address, redirect column library regular and quotes, and restart our application. Open website. We see a list of book. We can add a new book with correct name. Okay, but if we try to send this, we can see that this displayed, but now the title is not displayed, error titles. Okay, so let's we'll return the same package, the same page, HTML document, regular section, and I think we lost the list of books, this table. Try. Okay, so let's add to model this attribute, model, and the program must display the list of books. Okay, open our website. try. Okay, and we can see error message and a list of book. If we create Harry Potter, Joan Rowling, only modern book, 2023. Okay, the program works well. Just remember this annotation: not empty, size, digits, integer, and the message inside this annotation, not empty, size. We can use size for string and min max for integer and message. This annotation from Jakarta for send this message to error. This we use the binding result. Binding result from org framework validation binding result. For validation, we use dependency injection from this dependency package, Spring Boot Starter validation. So I used this validation IP from JavaX validation, this package a lot, but it seems to be outdated. So let's delete it, and we can delete a version because we use a parent. Okay, and here version for all started. Okay, synchronize. Okay, and restart our application for make sure that the program works well. Application is restarted. Open regular. A brief history, Stephen Hawking, 2021. Create. Okay, the program works well. So we can create a new book, 24, and we can edit. So now the task is for you. Add validation fields for this edit page. The possible solution. So we needed to see address, library, edit, and ID of book. And let's find this function, regular, secret, edit, and ID, get mapping. This get mapping, we can see that we sent a book for edit to this page, and after clicking edit, we create this post mapping and process this post mapping. Okay, model attribute this book by this keyword, book for edit. By this key, we send for model in model application context. So we can create a valid from Jakarta. We use Jakarta, and to capture errors of validation, use a binding result. Binding results parameter must be strictly second after a book. Valid book, we can use valid first or valid here. It's never mind, and but binding result must be strictly after this book, this entity with errors. And if there is an errors, if this binding result has errors, some errors, then we don't update book, we just open the same book, edit book, this page, edit book page. Okay, let's open edit book, and here we need to add fields for validation. Break send, break for author in new line, and the same for field with the year. Okay, and we can just copy this field. Style CSS code, color red, field with name the same, errors name, and name error. Errors name, it must be get this errors message. The number of character and the book must be not empty. And the same for each field. For field with author, errors author, red if, okay, and the same for year of publication here. Color field has error, year of publication, and this message of error. Okay, let's restart our application. And open this regular refreshing. Okay, and let's change this Stephen Hawking edit. Let's change. Let's write empty, and we can see error. The book must be not empty, so we need to specify some book name. Let's author it. The book author must be not empty. Okay, specify Stephen Hawking, the author, and let's change the year. Edit, and let's try to edit. We see some bug. Let's try to change some other fields. Yes, author is changed. So if we try to change a book name, for example Harry Potter, yes, it's changed, but year not changed. 2024, no 20. Let's open its code for editing. Year, so we can see the field name year, but in our model this field must be with the name year of publication. So let's copy here and paste here year of publication. And if we restart, the program must works well. Restart, refreshing. Okay, and let's add a new book. 15. Okay, and try to edit year 2024. Again, we can see the same bug. The year is not changed. So let's open this controller. So in edit book, this edit page, we click edit button and generate this post request by this edit. Okay, and the controller, the function must process it. Okay, and the repo, if errors there isn't errors, we use this update book by ID. Let's open book repository implementation, find this method update book by ID. Okay, we can see that we update name, update author, but not update year, because these fields were added later. And from this argument, book dot year of publication. Okay, and now exactly program works well. Restart our application and refresh this regular. Add a new book with 2020 year, and let's change 2024. Okay, year is changed and the program works well. Good job, and see you in the next lesson.